Hello and welcome back to my channel. Last week on my channel I did a video, Preppy Style Staples, and in that video I promised you this video, 10 preppy brands. Well, I lied a little bit. It's actually 14 preppy brands. I threw in some extras for you. Just like my Preppy Style Staples video, I hope that this video is very useful as a base to perhaps start your preppy wardrobe or as inspiration to continue building your preppy wardrobe. Sorry to keep banging on about that last video, Preppy Style Staples, but in that video I mentioned the three main vibes that I think of when I think preppy style. There's American Northeast, American Southern, and then that classic British look. With that in mind, in this video I'm going to group these brands into those three categories. Alright, enough chit chat, let's get into what you're here for. Here are my 14 preppy brands that you need to know. The first group I'm going to share with you are the Northeastern or New England vibe of preppy. And our first brand is Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is quintessential Northeastern New York preppy. They market themselves as a designer company, but their button-down shirts go for about $100, and let's be real, these days that's actually not too bad for a shirt. The main item that I have from them that I've kept in my wardrobe for years is the classic white button-down shirt, which I included as one of my style staples. And the quality of that shirt is great. It's held up over the years. I find that Ralph Lauren is really good for these staple items, the button-down shirts, the cable knit sweaters. And although yes, it is on the pricier side, I do find the items to be of quality. They also do these really adorable bear sweaters. I don't have one, but every time I walk past the store and see one, I just think, oh, they're so cute. The second brand I have for you is KIEL James Patrick. I feel like I have a lot to say about this brand because people talk about this brand a lot. And I think that's because this brand really got its roots on the internet, blogs, and social media. So it's kind of allowed people to be a bit more critical of the brand and of its founders. One of the major preppy blogs back in the day was Classy Girls Wear Pearls. I was obsessed with it. It's actually still running. I looked it up and it's still going. And it was run by a woman called Sarah Vickers. Still is run by her. So she's been very active on this blog and she's also been very active on Instagram. So Sarah and her husband, KIEL James Patrick, they started this small jewelry business where they would make these really cute bracelets with little brass anchors as the fastenings. And then over the years, they've built up the brand to include apparel. I've always had my eye on KIEL James Patrick as a brand, and I've been following them on Instagram for like years and years and years. And it's really interesting because I've been on their website a lot to browse, but I've never actually followed through with a purchase. I think all their designs are so classic, so preppy, but they're also very fun and they're all very original. There's one item from KIEL James Patrick that I see on Instagram all the time. It's this fox sweater. Every time I see it, I think, oh my gosh, I have to have it. And I go to the website and it's always like just sold out. They'll restock it. I run to the website, gone. So it's a very popular sweater. I also recently read in some reviews that the quality of KIEL James Patrick isn't phenomenal. Now take that with a grain of salt. That's not coming from me. That is just something that I've read, but I felt like I did have to include that when talking about this brand. Now just to address some of the negative things that are said about this brand, it's mainly because of their social media presence. So they have an Instagram account for their brand. Sarah has an Instagram account. KIEL has an Instagram account. I think they also have an Instagram account for their dog. And all of these accounts are just beautiful. They are absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Every single photo they post, they look perfect. The location looks perfect. Like it is literally like they live in some perfect universe. And because there's been a recent trend in the past few years of wanting to see more transparency on social media, wanting to see behind the scenes and the real life and, you know, posting the picture of, I normally post perfect pictures, but that's not real life sort of captions. They just don't do that. Everything they post is perfect and clearly edited to be perfect. So they do get a little bit of flack for being too perfect, which, I don't know, Instagram is its own mini art form at this point. And although people are quick to say, oh my gosh, they're too perfect, we know it's not real. I mean, it's Instagram. Everybody knows Instagram isn't real at this point. My third preppy brand is TUCKERNUCK. Now, TUCKERNUCK isn't actually a big clothing brand, it's more of an online boutique. TUCKERNUCK is actually named for a small island that is off Nantucket, so it definitely goes with those northeastern New England preppy vibes. On their Instagram, they say that they are a classic American cool shop founded by friends who love color, stripes, nostalgia, and bucket lists. And if that doesn't sum up the preppy aesthetic, then I don't know what does. That tagline perfectly incorporates the preppy lifestyle to a T. They have the most beautiful pieces from over 200 brands on their website. And normally each season they actually do release about 30 pieces from their home brand, from the TUCKERNUCK brand. TUCKERNUCK is just a gorgeous online boutique that has really curated stock from all these lovely small preppy brands. Number 4 on the list is Brooks Brothers, another classic New York brand. And fun fact, Brooks Brothers actually claims that they are the oldest clothing company in the United States. So they actually market themselves as America's original clothing brand. In 2018, they actually celebrated their 200th year anniversary, which is pretty darn cool. I personally love anything with a bit of history, just give it to me. So that is so up my alley. I feel like Brooks Brothers is mainly known for their menswear, but they have some really beautiful pieces for us girls too. A lot of their stuff is quite professional, a lot of workwear, things to wear into the office. But I also find that they have some really lovely summer dresses as well. An item that I have brought from Brooks Brothers that has just been such an amazing investment piece is this parka. Can you tell I like green tartan? But this parka has been one of the best purchases of my life. I actually got it on sale. It was originally something ridiculous like $600, and I think I got it for just under $200. It is so warm, the quality is amazing, and it's just so different from any down jacket or parka I've ever seen before. Preppy brand number 5 is SPERRY's, the classic boat shoe. My mom actually loves SPERRY's shoes. She has probably about 15 different pairs, all different fun colors. So SPERRY's are very special to me because they remind me of my mum. In my Preppy Style Staples video, I mentioned that boat shoes were a preppy shoe staple, and when you think of boat shoes, you think SPERRY's. It's kind of like how the word Kleenex has become a universal term for tissues. I feel like when you say SPERRY's, you mean boat shoes. So SPERRY shoes were originally made, well, they're boat shoes, so they were made for being on boats and for fishing and yachting, that sort of thing, which means they do not slip, they're very comfortable, and they automatically give an outfit a really nautical, summery vibe. Now, I'm pretty sure SPERRY's actually closed a lot of their storefronts in recent years, which is really unfortunate. I know there was a store at Century City in LA that we used to go to all the time, but that's now closed, which is sad. But they still have an extensive online store. Preppy brand number 6, and the last one for this New England portion of Preppy Brands, is Vineyard Vines. Vineyard Vines was actually started in Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts, and they're another brand that really encapsulates that New England nautical preppy vibe. In fact, a lot of their storefronts have porthole motifs and the desk is shaped like a boat. They love their little nautical vibes at Vineyard Vines. Vineyard Vines are pretty famous for their logo, the pink whale, and they sell a lot of t-shirts with the whale on the back, and it's so fun because they'll change up the design for different holidays. I associate Vineyard Vines sort of opposite of Brooks Brothers. While Brooks Brothers is very professional, going into the office, this is very casual. It's very clean and it's very crisp, but it's definitely casual wear. Vineyard Vines is very practical, and a lot of the fabrics that they use are very practical fabrics. The fabric is sort of an athletic type fabric, so it makes it super comfortable and very practical. Also, how cute is this little hanger? I just love things that are made by old ladies. Before we go on to our next brand, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like it. It tells YouTube that you're enjoying this video and will recommend it to others who might enjoy it too. Alright, on to the next section, which is Southern Preppy. And I must admit, a Southern Preppy style is my favorite because it just has that element of fun and brightness that I love. Our 7th preppy brand is Lilly Pulitzer, of course, quintessential Southern preppy. Oh, Lilly Pulitzer, I could talk about Lilly Pulitzer for hours, which don't worry, I won't. I think I read somewhere, or maybe it was in a conversation with someone, I don't know, you know when you just can't remember where you've heard something, but they said that Lilly Pulitzer is the female equivalent of a Hawaiian shirt, which I think is perfect. You think Lilly Pulitzer, you immediately think summertime, Floridian, bright colors, and it's just so great to be able to express yourself in such a bright and fun way with your clothing. When you think Lilly Pulitzer, you immediately think of their patterned shift dresses. But they do so many other fun things. One of my favorite and most comfortable long sleeve tops actually is a Lilly Pulitzer top, and it has these lovely bright flamingos on it. And let me tell you, it's just so comfortable. Also, not everything that Lilly Pulitzer does is so bright. They do have a lot of solid color pieces, a bit more toned down, but still have that fresh, fun Floridian vibe to them. Preppy brand number 8 is Jack Rogers, and I feel like this goes hand in hand with Lilly Pulitzer. If you're wearing practically any item from Lilly Pulitzer, you just throw on some Jack Rogers sandals and your outfit is immediately done and immediately looks put together. It's ultimate low effort, which for me, I personally have the white pair of Jack Rogers sandals. I feel like the white just goes with everything, and it especially goes with the Lilly Pulitzer stuff because the white really goes with every bright color that is within the print. And as I mentioned in my Preppy Style Staples video, all Jack Rogers get these unsightly toe marks in them. I hate the look of them. It immediately makes me feel like I just have dirty feet. But really, once they're worn in, all of these Jack Rogers sandals get these marks on them. It's actually because they are leather and they really soak in the oils of your feet, which makes them super, super comfortable. People always say that these Jack Rogers sandals are incredibly difficult to break in, and yes, I agree, you do need to break them in, but I wouldn't say it's as difficult as people make it out to be. After 2 or 3 wears, mine were fully broken in, and now they are one of the most comfortable shoes that I own. And it's such a bonus that they make every outfit just look amazing. My 9th preppy brand is Lauren James. Oh my gosh, another brand that I have so much to say on. So Lauren James actually started off as a t-shirt company in Arkansas, and Lauren, the founder of the company, I think she had her first baby and she was on bed rest, and she started designing all these dresses. They couldn't immediately make all these dresses, so they decided to do t-shirt designs. And once those took off, then they started making their classic Lauren James seersucker dresses, of which I own a lovely one with a gorgeous big bow on the back. Of course, it's mint seersucker. Your girl can't go past a little bit of green. And here is me wearing it a few Christmases ago. So Lauren James is really associated with collegiate wear with these big southern colleges. And like I mentioned, they do t-shirt designs, which they call sweet tees. I have 2 of my sweet tees to show you. I've actually got some long sleeve ones here. Prep on point. Yay! And then this Southern Charm one with the magnolia on it. I must say these are extremely, extremely comfortable cotton t-shirts. Okay, so here's where I need to talk about Lauren James. I used to absolutely froth Lauren James. I mean, I've bought so many sweet teas from them, the dress, etc. So I did a lot of shopping there. And actually it was kind of a little thing between my sister and I, you know, we would go on the website together and be like, that's cute, that's cute, that's cute. So about a year ago, I began to notice when I would go onto their website that something was a bit off. The designs of their clothing were just not it anymore. They were putting out new things, but they just weren't that cute. Nothing was catching my eye. So a few months after I noticed this decline in the brand, the founder, Lauren, actually made a YouTube video about the fact that she had left the company, and everything started to make sense from my point of view. There's a big story of why she had to leave, and you can just Google it and there's lots of articles. I personally find reading about all that behind the scenes business stuff really interesting. But since Lauren left, they've obviously changed the direction of the company. They've pared right back. They still have some really cute sweet teas. That's why I'm including it in this video. I'm not leading you astray, but they don't do the seersucker dresses anymore. They don't have pages and pages of really cute and different clothing items, which is such a shame because Lauren James really was Southern preppy heaven. And also, I really just have to share this. Looking on the Lauren James site, guess who I come across? Hannah Ann from The Bachelor. unfortunately modeling this interesting top that had an N. Oh my gosh. Alright, with that in mind about Lauren James, for our preppy brand number 10, we're actually going to do a little bit of a combination, and I'm going to use the umbrella of Southern preppy t-shirt brands in place of one major brand. So if you're looking for an alternative to Lauren James sweet teas, brands like Southern Tide, the Southern T-shirt company, or one of my personal favorites, Southern Fried Cotton, they do some fun Southern preppy t-shirts with Southern designs on the back. I've got my Southern Fried Cotton t-shirt here and I love this t-shirt. I got it when I was visiting my dad in Knoxville, Tennessee, and this color is just everything to me. I feel like I maybe actually should have titled this video brands that sell green items of clothing. I honestly wear this shirt so often. It is so comfortable. Preppy brand number 11 is Draper James. Draper James is actually Reese Witherspoon's brand. It's her fashion venture, and when you think celebrity clothing line, you think, X's collaboration with Target. But oh my gosh, everything from Draper James is just beautiful, and I actually feel like if you didn't know that it was Reese Witherspoon's brand, it really holds up as a brand on its own. Draper James are known for their classic sky blue and white color scheme, and for putting magnolias on everything, absolutely anything, which I'm not complaining about, you're not complaining about. We want more magnolias in our lives. Give us the magnolia designs on everything. A big component of the aesthetic of Draper James is Nashville, Tennessee, and they actually have their flagship store in 12 South. Now I've been to the store in Nashville and it is beautiful. It's so bright and airy, and it's everything that you think of when you think Draper James. I have this sweater here from Draper James to show you, a gingham sweatshirt, and they have their little Draper James logo on the back there. Preppy brand number 12 is Marley Lilly. And is there anything more southern or more preppy than monogramming literally everything? I don't think so. Marley Lilly is an online store, but they're based in South Carolina, and you can pretty much monogram every single item on their site. From Sherpas to pajamas to sandals to boots, pouches to jewelry, you name it. If it ain't moving, monogram it. The items on their site are super affordable, and the monogramming is included in every purchase, so you're not adding extra on to personalize your items. They actually have a blooper section on their site where they sell items where maybe they've got a monogram wrong or there's been a return, I don't know. They sell these items for significantly less money. So you can either search for your own monogram on there and see what comes up, or you can just buy an item with the wrong monogram on it but for significantly less money. Whatever floats your boat. My final two brands are from the third vibe of preppy, and that is that classic British look. First, we have the brand Jack Wills, and I'm actually wearing a Jack Wills dress at the moment. Jack Wills' tagline is fabulously British. They definitely embody that classic British style of preppy. Jack Wills market themselves as a heritage, fashion, and lifestyle brand, which to me is the British way of saying we're preppy. The brand actually started from the idea of bottling the university experience in Britain, so it's got those collegiate roots, which are just like the roots of preppy fashion in the United States. The brand was first marketed towards university students, kind of like Lauren James, but over time they've broadened their horizons to a bigger base, but I still do find that some of the items are targeted towards a younger crowd. Even so, they still have some lovely items on there that I believe are pretty ageless. Things like trench coats and wool coats, down jackets, button-down shirts, and cable knit sweaters, and lots of tartan, lots and lots of tartan. And I find the items to be pretty affordable when compared to other brands like Ralph Lauren or Brooks Brothers. Preppy brand number 14 is Ted Baker, and when I think of Ted Baker, I think floral, I think pink, I think London. I featured this really beautiful floral Ted Baker dress in my Preppy Style Staples video, and it is just so classic and feminine. Ted Baker sell a lot of dresses, lovely coats, and some really beautiful handbags. They also do the faux collar sweaters, so it's not as bulky and you don't have to layer if you don't want to. And we know that the little collar peeking out of the sweater is such a classic preppy look. They do market themselves as a designer brand, so their price point is a little bit higher but I've always found that they have really great sales, and because they have so many storefronts, it means that they also have outlet stores. So I'd definitely be on the lookout for the outlet stores where you can get some great deals. I just gotta say, the one thing that I don't like from Ted Baker is they make a lot of products that are made from that jelly plastic. So they have sandals that are made from the jelly plastic, ballet flats, some handbags, and it is just not my thing. It doesn't matter how much you pay for it, but it immediately looks very cheap to me, and I feel like that's the opposite of what we're trying to achieve with the preppy style. With the preppy style, it doesn't matter if you are actually wearing a cheaper piece of clothing. It's a timeless design that immediately makes it look classier and more expensive, and the whole jelly thing just completely goes against that for me. So no offense if you're into that, I just ain't. I think the main takeaway from this video is if you want to start a successful preppy brand, you better have Lily, James, or Jack in the brand name. So when I start my preppy brand, you best believe I'm naming it Lily, James, Jack. That actually kind of has a nice ring to it. Lily, James, Jack. It's a little bit long. I really hope you enjoyed that video, and maybe I introduced you to some preppy brands that you didn't know. Please subscribe to my channel. I make lots of fun fashion and lifestyle content, and when you do subscribe, don't forget to press that bell icon so you get notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.